Anyway, I apologize for reading. I have a memory of a goldfish. Poetry. A fourth grade teacher asked her class one day to define poetry. The classroom silent. What makes a poem? She asked again. What makes a poem? The students, their eyes like zombies, still trying to absorb the lecture of geometry they had previously. It's 3:15, and she's asking us, what is poetry? What makes a poem? She raised her voice. What makes a poem? One boy in the corner of the classroom reluctantly raises his hand. All eyes on him, like sailors finally looking at land. This boy had never spoken in class before. He was not the straight-A student with a confidence that soared. He was small, skinny, terribly unfashionable, and alone. Nothing else. He was shorter than all the girls his age. Frightened, his hands were raised. What makes a poem? She looked at the 9-year-old. What makes a poem? It's a moment or a story spoken or written from the heart. Huh? The whole class erupted with laughter. Her face expressed such disgust, as if the boy had committed a felony so fatal, as if it were the boy's fault that the world was actually ending. He should have known. The teacher was no John Keating from Dead Poets Society. She was a substitute teacher from Delhi University. Button your shirt and sit down. He sat down with a frown so profound, for it was that day that he decided that from then on, he would never answer any questions in the classroom. What makes a poem? Class, write down. What makes a poem? A piece of writing that usually has a figurative language and that is written in separate lines that often have a repeated rhythm and sometimes rhyme. The students, their minds like zombies, still trying to absorb the lecture of geometry they had previously. Here they were once again, writing it all down blindly. Robert Frost and William Wordsworth were just names like dates in a history textbook. Their poetry just became another headache that added to the portion. And reading this beautiful art form of abstract creativity mutated into reading a technical manual. And the boy kept silent. He kept silent. While the whole class was supposed to read between the lines, but were never really taught what that expression actually meant. He kept silent. For years he kept silent. But every boy needs a voice. And every boy needs to scream. But some boys just don't have a voice. And some boys are just too afraid to scream. But here is where everything changed. It was in this suppression that this boy found art. He found that his scream didn't need a voice, but a pen, a notebook, and a heart. What makes a poem? He was asked by a friend. So what really makes a poem? The boy, now 21, smiled, remembering the first time he ever raised his hand. His eyes grew misty as he recollected that his definition was actually right from the start. It's a story or a moment spoken or written from the heart. Thank you.